Before we get into this video, I'm talking to you in the black screen. See this right here? These are how many of you are not subscribed. So make sure you go down below, click subscribe so you can help this channel grow. Okay, now you can watch the video.
Hey dude, I was taking a look at the new script you sent me, and are you sure you want to do another comic book episode? Oh my god, what are you doing? Seriously, dude, you're milking the content? Actually, I'm milking content, cow. And come on, this is a good joke. You gotta give me props. It's funny. No, this is not funny. In fact, it's actually extremely stupid. It's not that stupid of an idea. And now we have a cow we can put on payroll so we could get a couple tax write-offs for having a cow on our staff. First of all, you pay this thing a salary. Second of all, that's not how tax write-offs work. And third of all, it's extremely stupid to keep a live animal inside of an enclosed space indoors. Is that where we live? I always thought we lived in some sort of infinite void or something like that. I have no idea, but come on, dude, get rid of the cow. We have nothing for it. What is it gonna eat? Content, obviously. It's content cow.
Dude, you know that doesn't work. We've been feeding Richard that for the past week.
So hungry.
Seriously, dude, he's dying over there. If he was really dying, he wouldn't be complaining so much.
Seriously, dude, just get rid of the cow. It's basically like you're padding the runtime right now.
See, she's angry now. She hates when people bring up padding the runtime around her. She only enjoys true content.
We can keep the cow. Script's fine, too.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Animations, and today we're gonna be talking about more comic books.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do more videos about comic books?
Not to brag, but have you seen how many views the first video got?
That is like small YouTuber gold right there. I'd be stupid to pass that by. Now, I know what you want. You want more of the gem story. You want to see the next villain. You want to see their next power. But instead, we're going to look at another two of my old comics called Earthbound and Shabby Chapman. Fun fact, me and my friend actually wrote Shabby Chapman together, and I did ask him to come on the show, and I have yet to get a reply. The comic book is about a wacky president, but it is not about our current president or any other past presidents, because we were children when we wrote this, so don't give it political connotation.
Another thing is that we are starting off with the second season because I lent the first season to my friend Chris when we were younger, and he lost it. So, thanks, Chris.
The first episode of Season 2 starts us off with a memorial for Chabby because he died in the ending of the last season, and it's talking about his accomplishments like the attack of the Killer Hands and the fight with Darth Vader, until someone else comes up onto the stage and resurrects him using some electric bag. I have no idea what that is. And he is magically resurrected and throws chapstick in the air because he owns a chapstick brand because his name is Shabby Chapman.
In the second episode is where the childish humor really starts to show through because his advisor, named Hugh Janus, there's a lot of those names in this comic, walks in the room and he tells him that the throw-up dam is breaking. So Chabby goes to the throw-up dam and he sees two fat people there because apparently fat people throw up a lot. I have no idea. So he jumps in the water with an oxygen mask, and then the oxygen mask starts to leak because it's an oxygen mask and you can't use it underwater, and his mask starts to fill up with throw-up. And then he ends up drowning in the throw-up, then the dam breaks. Episode 3, Part 1 of the kidnapping plot has Chabby sitting in the Oval Office as someone bursts in through the door and tells him to get on the ground, pointing a gun at him. But Chabby ducks under his desk and he sees his cabbage gun, and he knows that's going to do some damage. So he stands up, and then the guy shoots him in the hand, and he's stuck the whole episode just going, ow, 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 ow. And then he finally sees who it is, then to be continued. Now, any good comic book writer would put Part 2 after Part 1. Well, let me tell you, I am no good comic book writer. So instead, I put the Halloween special after Part 1, so Part 2, you just forget about it, and then you go, oh, I forgot, there's a Part 2. It probably would have been smarter to also put this during Halloween time instead of near Christmas. The first episode of the Halloween special starts with Chabby in Finland. I told you those names would come back again. Chabby in Finland decide to go trick-or-treating, and they end up going to the White House, which is odd because that's where Chabby lives. Maybe that's part of the joke, you know? So they get a mountain of candy in the Oval Office, then they start a demonic ritual to summon the spirit of Halloween. Now, one thing you won't hear me do often is compliment these comics, but I gotta say, that's not a terrible plot for a Halloween special, summoning the spirit of Halloween and then it going haywire. In Part 2 of the Halloween special, and yes, I actually did keep Part 2 next to Part 1 this time, Chabby summons the spirit of Halloween, and it shoots like a witch direction teller that you'd have at a farm. I don't know why they have that inside the Oval Office. Then it shoots a picture of George Washington, which I'm not sure if that's inside the Oval Office either. And Chappie, being the guy he is who's afraid of zombies, throws an anvil at George Washington. Well, I guess that's Chappie. In the final episode of the Halloween special, Chappie and Finland turn their whole entire White House into a game of Pac-Man. They use their Pac-Man powers to eat the spirit of Halloween and save Halloween forever, I guess. I have no idea. I hope you enjoyed that detour, because I know how much you all love filler episodes. In this next episode, which is the part 2 from episode 3 in season 2, Chappie finds out who kidnapped him, and he thinks it's his sister Alyssa, but no, it's his brother Harry. Wait, but Harry's a mob boss. Oh, that's what a mob boss is. So Harry decides to send him to the guillotine, which is a flagrant misspelling of the word guillotine, if you didn't realize that. And also, if you didn't realize, I wasn't the best speller back then. But just in the nick of time, Finland swoops in and saves Chappie, and he's wearing like one of those Indiana Jones hats, and he's throwing eggs at them, which I don't know how that helped. But then a huge reveal. Hello, Finland. To be continued? No, you won't to be continued. Chappie's gonna stop you. Then we find out that Finland was Harry Bunn's pet? Which I'm pretty sure is illegal. I'm pretty sure you can't own a dolphin anywhere. So in the next episode, which is part 3 again, so I'm guessing it's like, I forgot the whole part thing entirely, Finland and Harry face down, and I'm not even going to address that flying doorway in the corner. And then Chappie goes to unmask his defeated brother and says, "Let me unmask you, brother."
Come on my face, brother!
But it turns out it was his sister Alyssa under the mask the whole time, and that Harry is planning to take over the world, and that he's going to... Oops, she got cut off mid-sentence. I guess I'll never know what she's gonna say. And then Chappie looks over to his advisor, while his advisor tells him, oh no, Chappie has a deathly fear of lava, which, I mean, I bet everyone doesn't have a deathly fear, but everyone's a little afraid of lava. It's not like you're just gonna walk up to lava and pet it. And in the final episode, which is part 4, which is actually part 5, they decide to build a wall. But this joke was actually made before any buildings of walls was ever talked about by a president. So don't come at me with hate comments, okay? I take no political affiliation on this channel. And then Chappie decides to start it by jumping in lava, and he dies again. It's being bound on Earth. Yes, the comic's called Earthbound. Fun fact, when I wrote this comic, I did not know Nintendo had a game called Earthbound, so don't sue me, Nintendo. In fact, I actually stole the name from that previously mentioned author. Oh, that's probably why he didn't want to come on the show with me. The first episode starts off with a scientist giving exposition for what has happened in the world, and it turns out that an infection has ravaged the planet. And in fact, right here with that frame with the sun saying, "Slowly back away," is the frame that I got the most compliments on out of any of the frames in any of my previous comic books. Right before the scientist is eaten, he tells a little bit of their address so the characters will still have some time on a journey trying to find where he is. Trust me, there's no journey. They find it almost immediately. And this frame right here gives us a great explanation of some of the characters. It shows that Jack is the strong leader. AJ is, the cool jock guy with his Letterman jacket. Kate is like the caring mother figure, and AJ and Kate might have something going on in the future. And Bartholomew is the chattering nerd, because we all have to have those in a zombie apocalypse. Before we get into the second episode, make sure to pay attention to that top left panel right there, because it actually shows a bunch of animals getting put through like a nuclear reactor symbol. It took me a lot of time to think of some of the animals near the end. I wasn't that as inventive as a child, so, Jack, being the leader of the group, devised a plan, so they must sneak out when the coast is clear, find materials to protect themselves in the wasteland, find other survivors. Spoiler alert, they don't find any survivors. These 4 are the only 4 we get to meet until the final episode, but, those characters don't really matter. Then they find weapons to protect themselves. Then wait! That's not supposed to happen! Pop, pop, pop! Turns out Bart is not just a chattering nerd, he saved them in just the nick of time. But oh no, what are they gonna do? They're still surrounded by these weird zombie flesh things. They find the hospital, and instead of grabbing the cure that's clearly sitting on the desk, Bart decides to just read through a bunch of their mail and finds a letter from Dr. Dexter. Dexter's Lab, anyone? Pretty popular show on Nickelodeon, you know what I'm talking about? No? Okay. And the note says, if anyone finds this, run. Uh-oh, because an alien crashes through the ceiling, which I don't know how they didn't sense the alien crashing through the ceiling. I mean, how did he know to run? Like, did he know that aliens were in charge of the whole thing? I have no idea. And just in the nick of time, Jack grabs the cure and stuffs it in his back pocket. He must have really fucking long arms. In the next episode, Jack and Bart wake up at a prison cell, and for some reason Bart has a harmonica, and they see a tumbleweed going by, so I guess that means that the harmonica could open the jail cell when he goes dun 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 dun. And then Jack finds AJ and, ooh, Gabe making out, what I tell you happened with that. And then they meet the evil villain. In episode 6, they find Greg, who's the evil villain, and then he infects Jack with his infectious claws or whatever. But then Jack shows him that he has the cure, and he can defeat him with the the cure. And for some reason they have water guns on the ship, which is stupid. That's stupid. Bart throws Jack a water gun, and then Jack tells Craig that he's met his match. But Craig doesn't have a match. He doesn't have a match in life.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And Jack shoots Craig with the cure, and he disintegrates into nothingness. Oh my god, that's terrifying. AJ grabs the controls and says, "Guys, we're Earthbound." I guess they weren't really earthbound, they were kind of just more crash landing bound because they crash into the hospital, and for some reason they find a 1 in a million zombie that happens to be the professor, and they make him make more cure so, they can do stuff with the cure and save the world. Do you guys remember back in the gyms, movie comics that I made where it would, instead of be a fight scene, it'd show, 3 tiny pictures in the corner of what happened in the fight, and I'd just go, 10 minutes later, and the fight, I didn't want to draw the fight, and that's why I did that? Yeah, I say it's the second laziest, because this is the laziest plot writing ever. Okay, he makes more cure, and it happens that there's only 2 minutes before the whole world becomes permanently infected. So 1 minute and 30 seconds later, they fire 1 shot, and it cures half the world. That's called lazy plot writing right there. Don't encourage this. And in the final episode of Earthbound entirely, because once again, I did not write a second season of this, they think about what are they going to do now? And then Nick Fury walks up to them and wonders if they want to join Nope! They get pushed aside by this guy who I have no idea who he is. He asks if they want to join the Revengers, and they're like, yeah. Also, those bonus minis, they never came. Don't get excited. The Tales from the Revengers never came. Also, I came up with the Revengers before the Avengers actually did. With Thor and Thor Ragnarok. Okay, you guys won't believe that. But I did, but I probably wasn't the first one to come up with it, because the Revengers, If you have the Avengers, you kind of got to go with the Revengers too. Okay, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This isn't going to be my last video of the year. I still have, the end of the year 2021 I do. But this is going to be the last, long, actual video I do. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. I've kind of got a sinus infection or something. Don't worry, it's not COVID. I'm fine. Just, another sinusy stuff. Also, thank you so much for bearing with another comic book episode. It's kind of what I do when I don't have anything else planned. So, this was kind of just a 10 days before Christmas. I had to, rush out a video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can get updates. And also, if you want to send in fan art, send it to my Instagram. Also, go follow my Twitch channel, which is @Zanimations. Thank you so much for watching again, and make sure you eat your green beans.